Greetings from Mystic Moons. How is everyone today? It's the beginning of the week, and it's the beginning of fresh ideas, fresh concepts. It's time for us to kind of go ahead, step forward, instead of always going backwards. But there's something that's sometimes there's a little nudge. Wonder about what did you hear? And what was the meaning of what you heard? And why did somebody say this? Why did somebody say that? Well, today we're going to take a psychic trip into the world of Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama is a very stimulating to say the least, personality. She's done a lot, and she's been in front of our faces for a long time. And, she's not stupid. She's very smart. She's calculating. She's this, she's that. And she's also a human being, which we sometimes forget, or we sometimes like to, when somebody gets a lot of press, we like to take them and play with their personas. Now, Michelle Obama recently said, as a black man. Now, we got the color all right, but excuse me, that phrase, was she trying to just trigger us for her podcast views? She was trying to get likes, subscribes, and was she really, or what was this? We do know that certain people, when they accumulate lots of wealth, and they accumulate lots of wealth, that their sirens go off because they lose conversation ability. I mean, we know everything that they did. They wore every single thing that they did. That was Kwikwi Chen. She says, I'm going to use this, your portal as my jumping post. Anyway, Kwikwi's one of my pussycats. So, but getting back to Michelle Obama and wealth. Wealth breeds insulation. Insulation is nice, It's nice. However, it also breeds boredom. Have you ever had every single need met, or the concept of having all your needs met, and you were totally bored? You were just going thump, the thump, the thump, the thump, the thump. Well, that could very well be the case of Michelle Obama. She doesn't need to do anything for the dough, the cash, the dinero. She's got enough. She can make an appearance. She can just talk about Simon Says, Sesame Street, and she would still get paid well. However, she knows the biggest trigger is about her identity. Now, that couple has done a lot of strange things about the identity thing. And both Michelle and Barack, they seem to float triggers, like little darts at each other, like the times that Barack Obama called her in press conferences, Michael. Now, I don't know how many women were called. Can you imagine Jill Biden calling her husband Josephine, or Bill calling Hillary, Howard, or Howard. Now, that doesn't happen so often. I mean, who, even among the dumbest of us all, call our spouses the opposite? Fredrina. Can you imagine that? And yet we kind of are told to let it go. Oh, that's nothing. That's a nickname. Don't nickname me a male name. That's we know where that is. Now, let's use our psychic and logical things, let's use our brains and our hearts and our ether. Hello, how are you? Hello. My voice, wait a minute, I got something. It's okay. All right, now, so what do you think, guys? Do you think this is the thing that Michelle Obama, is she, okay, let's take a little reading on this. Now, maybe she's just transitioning. Maybe she's tired of being a woman and she wants to be a man. I mean, hey, it happens. I know lots of people in their later years, they decided hey, we want some buzz. We want some buzz. I've been living a lie and now I'm going to be true to myself. Or something, or whatever. People do tire of each other. And they get tired of being waited on and be tired of the predictability. So maybe she was just, let's find out. Was Michelle Obama really revealing something, or was she just trying to trigger us for subscriptions for her podcast? I mean, how much does a wealthy Secret Service guarded woman have to tell us? True humanity reveals itself in the razor's edge. So is she trying to say, even though I have overdeveloped trapezius muscles, those muscles around the neck and the upper chest and the back, the back of your back, are those just because I like to play poker? I like to play cards. All right, first of all, let's use this deck. Let's see now. Is Michelle Obama transitioning to become a man? And then she can take the presidency and we'll go rah, rah, rah. Michelle, or Michael, whatever name, it doesn't matter. We know her. And of course, we're getting to know her children very well too. And also recently we heard about their eldest child, Michelle's oldest daughter, who was at a well-known festival and she used somebody else's work. Malia. And she passed it as her own. Now, you see, that is exactly what I'm saying. When you're insulated, you have everything catered to, you have no originality. It becomes almost like lizard-like. Lizards have the lizard race, the dracs, whatever you want to call them, the reptilian race, that's our own DNA, by the way, if you go through enough science papers. One thing about humans are human. 100% human is 100% creative. Now, other species aren't exactly gifted in that manner, so they kind of like pirate. And even living like lizards, you also become too insulated and predictable. In other words, boring. You need drugs, drinks, and whatnots to get yourself stimulated. But that's another thing. Okay, I'm going away. Now, let's get back to Michelle wanting to be transitioning. Or is she really, is she plugging for ratings? Okay, let's see. Is she plugging for ratings? Michelle. As a black man. Okay, where are you going with this, Michelle? I wasn't going to touch this, but unless she's taking mood enhancers, but even then with mood enhancers, I've never taken any in that manner. Let's see. No, this one. Let's take this card. Now, you don't really misgender yourself. I mean, come on. That's one thing. Of all the things to talk about, life on other planets, underground cities, the chosen ones, stuff like that. I mean, all the things, chemtrails, blah, blah, blah. And you have to talk about, you opposite yourself, opposite. Now, maybe she has a few drinks before she goes on. There's nothing wrong with that, Kool-Aid. Now, let's see. All right, I picked some cards. So let's see where we can get some kind of insight from spirits. Is Michelle Obama transitioning, or was she pulling our leg? Is she? Okay, the first thing we get is a judgment card. That's kind of like, it could be, I'm coming clean. Or is this just, I just can't do this girl act anymore? I am a man who likes to dress up. Or something. Judgment card. That's pretty powerful, isn't it? The judgment. Or maybe she's just tired of living lies. An act. Could be all those things. Fatigue sets in. And I understand it totally. She's bored. And then we have the hermit. In this case, I would say Michelle, since she's never really gone on a retreat that we publicly have heard about, but I mean, maybe she always felt alone, always felt her inner self it's time, even the judgment card, it's time for her real self to emerge. Michelle, judgment and the hermit, two two intensely powerful cards. And then we have here strength. Well, Michelle has everything a woman would need, a person would need, a human being would need. She has cash, assets, clout, power. She could do what she wants. And that's what she has. Look at all this. You don't see one. We have judgment. We have the hermit. It's all about me. And I have the strength. And I'm just sick and tired of like being in Barack's shadow. It could be that. It could be that. Michelle is ready to shine. Michelle is ready to be herself. And the next card we have here, we're picking, the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups. Well, I think Michelle is ready for liberation. Society's, to me, she'll always be Michelle. I don't care what she wears, what she does. She is Michelle Obama. She's Michelle. And it'll take a lot for me to call her Michael. But it looks as though we have the judgment, we have the hermit, releasing her inner self, her real self, and then we have the strength card, and we have the 10 of Cups. All this is very positive. This is very positive. She's tired of living in Barack's maleness. Ooh, and we have the 5 of Pentacles. The 5 of Pentacles, could that be the fallout? The fallout. It has to be handled delicately, which is why we have this whole transitioning. Well, we have this whole rah, 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 rah. And then she has been told that maybe something. Let's look at this 5 of Pentacles. Let's get a little bit of info on this 5 of Pentacles. Let's use a different deck. 5 of Pentacles. Now, what could that possibly, not loss of wealth, because they have assets everywhere, and her father-in-law, Barack's legal father, is loaded. He's a millionaire. So, she has her assets all tied up. There's no problem with like financial. So it's something else. What is this 5 of Cups? 5 of Cups. 5 of Cups. Could this be? Take 3 cards on this. This wants to pop out. We'll leave it over here. 5 of Cups. 5 of Cups. All right, one more. 5 of Cups, 5 of Cups, 5 of Cups. Is Michelle, as a black man, what is this 5 of Cups that's like looming psychologically? I would take this as a psychological twist. A psychological twist. And we have the 9 of Wands. Ooh, too scared to go there. This is what, the people all along who said Michelle was a man, it's all those things. But we have the 3 of Wands. Support. The 3 of Wands, expecting it. And this is something that she doesn't want to keep quiet anymore. And we have the 10 of Wands. Wow. There's a whole lot riding on revealing, changing your gender at her age and position. There's a whole lot of stuff riding on it. There's a whole lot riding. There's a lot riding on this. This is very complex. Like, there's a lot of support. There's a lot. She's not hiding. She's revealing each day, or maybe it's something more than that. Maybe someone has something to say about that. Maybe that's the secret sauce to take the interest away from who was running Joe Biden's presidency. Or maybe, as Jill would say, Josephine, Josephine. No, she would never say that. No, it takes a special kind of person to put, like, to misgender their spouse. I wouldn't like it if I was married and my husband called me a masculine name. That would be a little too tongue in cheek. It's like, So I can say this, that Michelle Obama, as a black man, she's really preparing us for something that maybe she does not. I would take the Five of Swords as saying she does not have complete yay or nay over this transition. Something is, she wants to, but something is beyond, is not quite in her bowling alley, in her control. So we would have to, like, leave it as that. Is she, as a black man, something's up. Something is, the curtain is opening, and we're into something else that has a whole lot of issues connected with it. It's Five of Cups among all this other rods, yay, yay, yay. It's about me, and it's about time, the judgment, myself. I have the strength, and I have the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups. But that Five of Cups is definitely a factor in it with its imminent backlash. All right, so I'm going to sign off, but that's, I wanted to see just what is Michelle Obama as a black man. Even I take it as, can you imagine somebody else saying, as a white woman, as a white man? I mean, all those phrases are all kind of cliche and old-fashioned, and they're vintage. It's vintage. As a human being, Michelle, as a human, we know you're human. How about just say, I say, or just say it, huh? I mean, why do you have to put descriptions? Why do you have to put cloak and daggers? Why? We already are in the age of machines, AI, and human what? Vulnerabilities, human scapegoating, human something or other? What? And too, as a Princeton grad, I don't see her really identifying with the commonality factor of the humans in the United States or elsewhere. Ivy League grads have a certain type of, like, attitude. They fought hard, and they did. Well, some of them, of course, they had, like, pansy plates laid out to them. They had their communication was already received about before they even graduated high school or secondary school. But we're not talking about those. We're talking about the attitude once you get out. The attitude. So think about it. Think about it, Michelle. She is thinking about it. And let's think about it too. Were we blanketed all these years? There's something about this Five of Cups. So let's just see that Michelle Obama's on her way to revelation. And who's pulling the strings? Who's pulling the curtain open? Right? Can the secret, but is she the first of all the presidencies, the presidents and the president's wives to be in such a state? Question. That's also, how many trans people are very public figures are in front of our faces? All about honesty? All about what? What? All about having a quick mouth? All about living your life? Well, it is our individual lives. But don't play us. Don't play us, because we're not stupid. And we enjoy a good story like everybody else, but there comes a limit. Remember, subscription ratings are subscription ratings. However, lives are lives. Okay? Until the next time, I will take another psychic investigation. Think about it, people. Think about who says what and when they say it and how they say it and the reasons they may say it. All right, until the next time, let's just take off and leave Michelle Obama as a black man alone.